Breaking news. Chrysler just shocked the entire auto industry, and this is huge for car buyers. Prices are crashing, dealerships are panicking, and right now might be the best time to grab a new ride. But here's the real question. Is this a massive discount or a last-ditch survival move? Stick around, because what's happening right now could change the car market forever. Just days ago, Chrysler dropped a bombshell, slashing prices on some of their most popular models. We're talking thousands off MSRP, insane lease deals, and incentives that nobody saw coming. But why? Is it a response to Tesla's price cuts? The electric vehicle wars? Or is Chrysler in deeper trouble than we thought? So what this means for car buyers. Chrysler's recent decision to slash prices across several of its models is a game changer for car buyers, offering a rare opportunity to snag a new vehicle at a significantly reduced cost. This move, likely aimed at boosting sales and clearing out inventory amid shifting market dynamics, puts more power in the hands of consumers. For buyers, it means better access to previously higher-priced models, potential savings of thousands of dollars, and increased negotiating leverage at the dealership. Whether you're eyeing a family-friendly minivan like the Pacifica or a bold muscle car like the Chrysler 300, these price cuts could make your dream car more attainable than ever. However, with demand expected to surge, acting quickly may be key to locking in the best deals. Chrysler's recent price cuts are not just a boon for car buyers. They're a signal of deeper challenges within the auto industry. Parent company Stellantis reported a 70% drop in profits for 2024, driven by declining U.S. demand and high inventory levels, especially for pricier models like Jeeps and pickup trucks. To address this, Stellantis extended its employee discount program to the broader market. These aggressive discounts reflect a broader industry struggle. Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has warned that if automakers continue slashing prices to compete, it could lead to a bloodbath in the industry. This situation is exacerbated by new tariffs, which could increase vehicle prices by $5,000 to $10,000, further straining both manufacturers and consumers. For consumers, these price cuts offer immediate savings, but they also highlight the volatility in the automotive market. While now might be an opportune time to purchase a vehicle, the long-term implications for the industry remain uncertain. Dealership secrets: how to get the best deal. With Chrysler slashing prices across many of its models, now is a prime time for savvy car buyers to take advantage, not just of lower sticker prices, but also of lesser-known dealership strategies that can maximize your savings. First, know that dealerships are under pressure to move inventory fast, especially with Stellantis expanding employee discount pricing to the general public. This means there's more room to negotiate than usual. Come prepared with research on MSRP, current promotions, and competitor pricing, and don't be afraid to play dealerships against each other. Ask about dealer incentives and rebates. Manufacturers often offer hidden bonuses to dealers for hitting sales targets, and some of that can be passed to you if you push. Also, consider shopping at the end of the month or quarter when sales teams are scrambling to hit quotas. Be firm but polite, and never hesitate to walk away. Dealers are more likely to sweeten the deal to close a sale. With Chrysler's announcement setting the stage for deep discounts, pairing that with insider negotiating tactics could get you the best deal of the year. The Tesla effect. Did Elon Musk force Chrysler's hand? Chrysler's recent decision to slash vehicle prices is not just a response to internal challenges, but also a reaction to the broader industry dynamics influenced by Tesla's aggressive pricing strategies. Elon Musk's approach of reducing Tesla's vehicle prices to boost sales has disrupted traditional pricing models in the automotive sector. While this strategy has made Tesla vehicles more accessible to a broader audience, it has also pressured other automakers to reconsider their pricing to remain competitive. Stellantis, Chrysler's parent company, initially resisted engaging in a price war. CEO Carlos Tavares warned that such aggressive pricing could lead to a bloodbath in the industry, jeopardizing profitability and sustainability. However, facing declining sales and increasing inventories, Stellantis found it necessary to adjust its pricing strategy. By extending employee discount pricing to the general public, Stellantis aims to stimulate demand and reduce excess inventory. This move underscores the significant impact of Tesla's pricing tactics on the automotive industry, compelling even reluctant competitors to adapt to the new market realities. Used car market collapse: a curse or a steal? Chrysler's aggressive price cuts, up to 35% off MSRP on models like the Dodge Durango, are sending shockwaves through the used car market, prompting both concern and opportunity. For sellers, this move is a potential curse. As new vehicles become more affordable, the appeal of used cars diminishes, leading to a possible decline in their resale values. This is particularly troubling for those who purchased vehicles at inflated prices during the pandemic, as they now face the prospect of being underwater on their loans. However, for buyers, this scenario could be a steal. The influx of discounted new cars may force used car dealers to lower prices to stay competitive, creating a buyer's market. Yet, it's essential to note that while wholesale used car prices have seen slight increases recently, retail prices remain elevated, with the average used car listing at $25,128 in April 2025. This suggests that while opportunities exist, the market is still stabilizing, and buyers should remain vigilant and informed. Future of Chrysler. Will they survive? Chrysler's future is at a critical juncture, facing both significant challenges and potential opportunities. Currently, the brand's lineup is limited, with the Pacifica minivan being its sole offering. However, plans are underway to introduce a fully electric version of the Pacifica, which is expected to debut following a design refresh that incorporates elements from the Halcyon concept. This concept showcases a futuristic design and sustainable materials, signaling Chrysler's commitment to innovation and environmental responsibility. Despite these developments, Chrysler faces significant hurdles. The brand's parent company, Stellantis, has experienced declining sales and high inventory levels, leading to substantial price cuts across various models. These challenges have prompted leadership changes, with CEO Carlos Tavares announcing his retirement amid criticisms of mismanagement and strained relationships with dealers and unions. Looking ahead, Chrysler's survival will depend on its ability to revitalize its product lineup and adapt to the evolving automotive landscape. The introduction of new electric models, such as the Pacifica EV, and the adoption of innovative designs from concepts like the Halcyon, could position the brand for a resurgence. However, success will require strategic leadership, effective execution, and a renewed focus on meeting consumer demands in a competitive market. The hidden catch: why these deals might cost you more. While Chrysler's steep price cuts might seem like a golden opportunity for car buyers, they're the hidden catch that could cost you more in the long run. These discounts, while enticing on the surface, may lead to lower resale values down the road, especially if the market becomes flooded with discounted vehicles. That depreciation hits harder if you're financing with a low down payment. You could end up owing more than the car is worth, also known as being underwater on your loan. Additionally, some of these aggressive deals may be tied to specific trims or configurations, meaning you could miss out on features you actually want unless you pay more out of pocket. And let's not forget financing. While the sticker price may drop, interest rates remain high in 2025, potentially offsetting any upfront savings. Chrysler's move is bold, but buyers need to look beyond the price tag, read the fine print, and crunch the numbers to make sure the deal really works in their favor. Performance models on sale. Muscle cars for pennies? Chrysler's recent price cuts have sent ripples through the automotive market, particularly impacting performance models like the Dodge Charger Daytona. Buyers are now presented with unprecedented opportunities to own high-performance vehicles at significantly reduced prices. The 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona, an all-electric muscle car, has seen discounts reaching up to $12,500. This includes a $7,500 national rebate and additional bonuses, such as $3,000 in Performance Days Combo Cash and $2,000 in Conquest Cash for eligible buyers. Some dealerships have gone even further. For instance, a dealer in Texas offered a Scat Pack model at $19,377 below MSRP, while another in Ohio slashed $25,260 off a 2024 model. These aggressive pricing strategies are part of Stellantis' broader efforts to address high inventory levels and declining sales in the U.S. market. By extending employee discount pricing to the general public, Stellantis aims to stimulate demand and reduce excess stock. For enthusiasts and potential buyers, this presents a unique opportunity to acquire high-performance vehicles at a fraction of their original cost. However, it's essential to act swiftly, as these deals may be time-limited and subject to availability. Global chaos. How Chrysler's crash affects the world. Chrysler's sharp downturn isn't just shaking up U.S. showrooms. It's sending ripples through the global auto industry. As part of Stellantis, one of the world's largest car makers with brands spanning Europe, North America, and beyond, Chrysler's financial distress reflects broader systemic issues. The brand's heavy discounting, driven by swelling inventories and collapsing demand, hints at a deeper crisis in consumer confidence and affordability, not just in the U.S., but globally. When an iconic American automaker slashes prices by up to 35%, it forces competitors worldwide to re-evaluate their own pricing strategies, potentially triggering a race to the bottom that squeezes margins across the board. European brands under the Stellantis umbrella, like Peugeot and Fiat, may face resource reallocation or internal restructuring as the conglomerate tries to stop the bleeding. At the same time, global suppliers, many of whom rely on steady North American production volumes, may see reduced orders, threatening jobs and economic stability in countries like Mexico, China, and Germany. Emerging markets could also feel the heat. If Stellantis pulls back investments to contain losses, expansion plans in regions like South America or Africa might stall. Chrysler's crash, then, is not an isolated tremor. It's a fault line that could disrupt the balance of the global auto ecosystem. Chrysler right on what happens to your warranty? The scary truth. Chrysler's ongoing financial struggles and price cuts raise an important question for potential car buyers. What happens to your warranty if the brand continues to face troubles? The truth is, while Chrysler vehicles come with a standard manufacturer warranty, which typically covers 3 years or 36,000 miles for basic coverage and 5 years or 60,000 miles for powertrain issues, the brand's future instability could complicate matters. In the event of further sales declines or restructuring, there's a risk that Chrysler could reduce its support services, make parts harder to come by, or even shift warranty management to a third-party provider. Additionally, with the brand focusing heavily on aggressive price cuts, it's possible that certain vehicles might have a reduced warranty coverage period tied to special discounts or offers. For example, limited-time promotions may include warranties that are different from those offered under regular pricing schemes, which could leave you with less comprehensive protection than a full-price buyer would receive. Another scary truth? If Chrysler's financial situation worsens, it's possible that future warranty claims might be slower to process, or in the worst-case scenario, some claims could be denied or delayed altogether if the brand faces bankruptcy or consolidation within Stellantis. To mitigate this, buyers should thoroughly check warranty details before purchasing, ask for any special terms under discount deals, and consider extended warranty options for additional peace of mind. Whistleblower leak. Chrysler's next move will shock you. A recent whistleblower leak has unveiled concerning developments within Chrysler, revealing that the company has indefinitely halted a significant electric vehicle (EV) program. An internal email disclosed to the public indicates that Chrysler informed its suppliers that the program has been put on hold until further notice, signaling a potential setback in the brand's EV ambitions. This unexpected pause raises questions about Chrysler's commitment to its electrification strategy and the broader implications for its future. Industry experts suggest that this move could be a response to internal challenges, including declining sales and high inventory levels, which have prompted the company to reassess its product development priorities. The leaked information has sparked discussions about the transparency and decision-making processes within Chrysler, highlighting the impact of internal decisions on the company's public image and consumer confidence. As the situation unfolds, stakeholders are closely monitoring Chrysler's next steps to determine the long-term effects on its position in the competitive automotive market. The blood-in-the-water effect. Who's next to fall? Chrysler's aggressive price cuts, up to 35% off MSRP on models like the Dodge Durango, are sending shockwaves through the used car market, prompting both concern and opportunity. For sellers, this move is a potential curse. As new vehicles become more affordable, the appeal of used cars diminishes, leading to a possible decline in their resale values. This is particularly troubling for those who purchased vehicles at inflated prices during the pandemic, as they now face the prospect of being underwater on their loans. However, for buyers, this scenario could be a steal. The influx of discounted new cars may force used car dealers to lower prices to stay competitive, creating a buyer's market. Yet, it's essential to note that while wholesale used car prices have seen slight increases recently, retail prices remain elevated, with the average used car listing at $25,128 in April 2025. This suggests that while opportunities exist, the market is still stabilizing, and buyers should remain vigilant and informed. The final clue: a mysterious meeting that changes everything. In a pivotal closed-door meeting at the 2025 National Automobile Dealers Association, NADA, show, Stellantis executives unveiled a transformative strategy for Chrysler, aiming to revitalize the brand amidst recent challenges. This confidential gathering, attended by key dealers, marked a significant shift in Chrysler's trajectory, focusing on rebuilding trust and redefining its market position. The strategy encompasses several bold initiatives. Enhanced marketing efforts. Stellantis plans to amplify its advertising spend, returning to pre-pandemic levels to boost consumer engagement. High-profile campaigns, including Super Bowl commercials for Jeep and Ram, are part of this initiative. Expanded product lineup. The introduction of more affordable trims for models like the Ram 1500 and new gas-powered Dodge Charger variants are on the horizon. Additionally, 3 new nameplates will be added to the Jeep brand, featuring internal combustion engine, ICE, hybrid, and electric powertrains. Dealer relations. Acknowledging past strains. Stellantis is prioritizing transparency and reducing operational constraints to rebuild its relationship with dealers. This includes maintaining a competitive and predictable incentive program to provide stability. These initiatives signal a concerted effort to reposition Chrysler in the competitive automotive landscape, focusing on innovation, affordability, and strengthened dealer partnerships. As the brand embarks on this renewed path, stakeholders are closely monitoring its progress and the impact of these strategic changes. Chrysler has recently made waves in the automotive industry by slashing prices across several of its vehicle models, signaling a strategic push to boost sales and competitiveness in a market increasingly dominated by foreign and electric vehicle manufacturers. The price cuts are particularly noticeable on popular models, such as the Chrysler Pacifica minivan and the 300 sedan, where reductions range from a few thousand to over $5,000, depending on the trim and configuration. This aggressive pricing strategy appears aimed at revitalizing consumer interest and improving Chrysler's position in the mainstream segment, especially as the brand has faced declining sales in recent years. Analysts believe this move also reflects a response to rising inventory levels and shifting consumer preferences, as more buyers lean toward SUVs and EVs. The timing aligns with broader industry trends, where manufacturers are working harder to offer more value amid growing economic uncertainty and elevated interest rates. These price cuts could also be a strategic precursor to Chrysler's broader shift toward electrification, as the company prepares to launch its first all-electric model in the near future. By making its current gas-powered lineup more affordable, Chrysler might be aiming to clear dealer lots and make room for newer, more technologically advanced models. It's also possible that this pricing strategy is designed to attract more budget-conscious buyers who might otherwise consider more affordable brands like Hyundai or Kia. While the discounts may eat into short-term profit margins, they could strengthen Chrysler's brand visibility and market share in the long run. Consumers who have been on the fence about purchasing a Chrysler may now find the lower prices more appealing, especially with the added incentives and financing options that often accompany such campaigns. Whether this strategy translates into a meaningful sales uptick remains to be seen, but for now, Chrysler's bold pricing adjustments have certainly grabbed the market's attention. The impact of Chrysler's price slashing is expected to ripple across the automotive market in several significant ways. First and foremost, the immediate beneficiary is the consumer, who gains access to better-equipped vehicles at more affordable price points. For families considering a Pacifica minivan or individuals eyeing a premium-feeling sedan like the Chrysler 300, these price adjustments lower the barrier to entry and make these models far more competitive against similarly priced offerings from rivals. This newfound affordability could draw in a wider customer base that previously considered Chrysler out of their budget range, ultimately boosting showroom traffic and dealership activity. Additionally, consumers may find themselves in a stronger negotiating position, leveraging Chrysler's cuts to demand similar deals from competitors. On a broader industry scale, Chrysler's aggressive pricing may spark a competitive domino effect. Other automakers, particularly domestic rivals like Ford and General Motors, may feel pressure to follow suit with their own discounts or promotional offers to avoid losing market share. This could trigger a short-term price war, especially in the minivan and large sedan segments where Chrysler is still a key player. While this might erode profit margins across the board, it could also lead to increased sales volumes, helping manufacturers move older inventory and stabilize production schedules. Moreover, it could accelerate market correction in terms of vehicle pricing, which had skyrocketed during the post-pandemic supply chain crunch and chip shortages. Consumers, weary of inflated car prices, may welcome this adjustment as a long-overdue realignment. For Chrysler itself, the long-term impact of this pricing strategy hinges on how effectively it balances volume with profitability. If successful, the sales boost could provide the company with much-needed momentum as it transitions toward an electrified future. However, there is an inherent risk. Consistently low pricing can damage brand perception if consumers start associating Chrysler vehicles with being cheap rather than affordable. The company must therefore reinforce the value proposition, emphasizing quality, design, and reliability, while carefully managing its inventory and dealer incentives. If Chrysler can strike this balance, the current price cuts may not only rejuvenate its legacy lineup, but also lay the groundwork for a stronger, more competitive future in a rapidly evolving auto market. Chrysler's parent company, Stellantis, faced significant financial challenges in 2024, reporting a 70% decline in net profit to €5.5 billion, $5.8 billion, down from €18.6 billion the previous year. This downturn was attributed to high inventories, declining shipments, and the discontinuation of several models, including the Chrysler 300, Dodge Charger, and Jeep Cherokee. In the second half of 2024 alone, Stellantis reported a net loss of $133 million, a stark contrast to the $8.1 billion profit during the same period in 2023. These financial strains have prompted the company to implement aggressive pricing strategies, such as slashing prices on key models, in an effort to boost sales and reduce excess inventory. The financial turbulence was further compounded by the abrupt resignation of CEO Carlos Tavares in December 2024, following a 40% decline in the company's stock value that year. Stellantis is currently led by an interim executive committee, with plans to appoint a new CEO by mid-2025. The company also faces external pressures, including potential U.S. tariffs that could impact its operations, especially considering that approximately 35% of Stellantis vehicles sold in the U.S. are imported and may be subject to a 25% import tax. These challenges underscore the urgency for Stellantis to stabilize its financial footing and adapt to the evolving automotive landscape. Looking ahead, Stellantis has expressed optimism about returning to revenue growth and positive cash generation in 2025, citing strategic investments in new multi-energy platforms and partnerships, such as with Chinese automaker Leapmotor. However, the company must navigate ongoing challenges, including labor disputes, competition from affordable Chinese electric vehicles, and the need to revitalize its U.S. model range to better align with consumer preferences. The success of these initiatives will be crucial in determining Chrysler's ability to regain market share and achieve long-term financial stability.